Mic off. Mic off. Mic off. Mic on. Mic on.
Hello, everyone. Okay, so I did my test stream earlier. We played some Windjammers, tried out the WarioWare demo. So far, so good. Everything seemed to work well, so figured I would jump back in. Don't really have much going on today, so I felt like playing some Retromania Wrestling. Since it's a big wrestling weekend, we had AEW Rampage last night, where CM Punk returned. SummerSlam's tonight. NXT has their takeover show tomorrow night, so yeah, figured I would stick to the wrestling theme. So here we go. Let me hope that is not my controller. Okay, so if you've never heard of Retromania Wrestling, in a nutshell, they took what was pure and wholesome and fantastic about the older wrestling games, modernized it, grabbed a few, I would say big-name people, because you have folks like Legion of Doom on there, Matt Cardona, which he's insanely popular right now on all social media platforms, current Game Changer Wrestling World Champion. You have Tommy Dreamer from ECW fame, Nick Aldis, the current NWA World Champion, which he has his own little story mode in the game, so that's pretty cool. The BWO gang from ECW as well. Yeah, I could keep going. Zack Sabre Jr. is probably my personal favorite, just because I love what he brings to the table today in wrestling. So, anywho, let's go into. It's been a little bit since I've played this, so I'll just do something basic. 10 pounds of gold. Speaking of the GCW World Champion, let's play with him. He wrestled last night for a GCW event. Quite hilarious because he dressed up like Vince McMahon did back when Vince won the ECW World title. This was the second ECW run where WWE owned them at that point. Freaking hilarious, though. I enjoyed it.
The following singles match is scheduled for one fall.
First opponent is Warhorse.
Time limit. Introducing first, the host of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, always ready.
You have to get that plug in.
Cardona. And his opponent. This introduction will be in all caps. Weighing in at over 4,000 pounds of heavy metal, this is Warhorse.
Oh, caught me off guard. I was looking at my settings. Alright, so the button controls, if you ever played some of the older wrestling games, you'll have a strong, a medium, and a weak attack. So you have to start with the weak attacks first. That's what the bars at the top, left and right corner indicate. Oh, no, get away, get away, get away. I missed. And so, of course, that reminds me, right off the bat. There we go. Reminds me of the Fire Pro Wrestling games. So we're very big into that. Shit, reverse me. Get up, get up, get up. Oh, we missed. Okay, so at this point, man, I cannot stomp. Reverse again. Just right when I get into the medium. There we go. Alright, so now I'm medium, so I can start doing medium attacks. Pin button is the same as the medium button. So you will hit that by accident from time to time. Oh man. Ooh, that was a good move. Nice. So I still have too low of momentum. I accidentally tried to do a high just then, so not good. Face slam. I'm gonna try to pin him. Let's see what happens. His energy's really low. Not quite there yet, though. Oh, that was amazing. Alright. I don't know how that doesn't count as a rope count. Rope break, excuse me. Shit, come on. I want to get into the high. Do some sweet moves. I hit the wrong button. Come on. There we go. Okay. It was the opening match, so not my best.
Now go for the next match.
Pro Wrestling Tees warehouse. It's Hollywood Nova.
The following singles match is scheduled for one fall and has no time limit. And falls count anywhere in the arena. Introducing first, the host of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, always ready, Matt Cardona.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And his opponent, from Silicon Valley, Hollywood,
Silicon
Nova.
Valley.
Cardona's punches are stiffer than an action figure.
Okay. So once again, my goal is to... come on. There we go, there we go. Is to get my momentum bar up. So I've already got into the medium because I was able to write off a bunch of attacks in a row. But as you can probably see, if they hit you back, it does unfortunately remove some of your momentum, so you have to rebuild it up. Oh, he missed. Good.
Cardona punches are stiffer than an action figure. Wait a second.
Nova Cutter. Got it right in time. I want to get it up to high this time. I didn't get to do that the last match. Shit, too early.
Put a little extra mustard on that. It's so dangerous.
I can...
Overpowered, he is one of the best.
I cleaned my Switch Pro controller, and the D-pad feels funny. I think I'm going to have to take it back apart.
Shape of his career.
It just feels weird. I'll almost have it up to high if I can... Oh, no, he... Hello, correct. Okay. Okay, we're back in high.
The world here tonight.
Let him get up so we can do some of those high-end moves. Oh, pile driver. Nice. See if I can get the pin. Yes. Okay.
Now go for the next match.
The National Treasure, Nick Aldis, is who we are vying to compete against at the end of this story mode. See who my next opponent is. Oh. Another WWE alumni. What? We got the Road Warriors. Three-way.
The following triple threat elimination match is scheduled for one fall
Okay,
and
so it is a
has
true
no
triple threat match.
time limit. Introducing first, the host of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast.
Let's skip the
Always
commentary. Just jump in. Oh god, he got me.
What a competitor.
Look at the ring. I want to get out of the ring. Oops. Actually, that's good. I can taunt for a while, and it will build up my momentum bar with it. Oh god, he got me. Without me having to do anything.
That is a powerhouse.
Oh no. There we go. Let them fight again.
To the ropes he goes.
And just like that, I already have maximum power, which is fantastic.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's not weak enough. Oh, nice.
He's looking to
Airplane
make quick
spin.
work of him. His arm showing off those veteran skills.
Oh, I totally messed up. Whoa, that's a glitch.
Huge move from Myers, but can he seal the deal?
Not weak enough yet.
That's textbook Ian.
Let's go ahead and taunt again. Max out again.
What a maneuver.
Oh, pile driver. Drop kick. Damn. I was hoping I would finish him off. He's fairly weak. They're both kind of weak.
Prince of Queens is stealing the show.
I mean, when you're in a triple threat like this, it doesn't make sense to get into the mix. Just sit back when you can. Oh, that get me. Oh, nope, I got him.
Look at the fight odds on Cardona.
Oh, that was sweet.
I can't watch.
Oh, pin him, doofus.
This is history.
No, I didn't mean to break it up. I wanted to pin him. So I was hitting the button at the same time. Alright, let's see if I can get him. Okay, one down. Oh yeah, spiked. DDT, stomp.
Survive that.
Let's pin him. Think that's enough for him too. Fuck.
We have the best in the world here tonight.
Oh man, he's got me.
From there. Huge move from Myers.
He is tearing me apart now. I can't remember how to get out of the ring. I haven't played this in a while.
Put a little extra mustard on that.
Let's see if this will do the trick. Alright, there we go.
Now
go.
go for the next match.
Fun fact about the current version of NWA that's owned by Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins fame. They do their television tapings here in Atlanta, right down the street from where NWA and then eventually WCW used to do their tapings. The exact building that they do it in
The
now
following singles match is scheduled
is
for
part
one
of the
fall
local
and
PBS
has
station,
no time
GBP,
limit. Introducing first,
GPB. That's a
the
mouthful.
host
So it's
of
their
the Major
studios that they
Wrestling Figure
rent out and
Podcast,
do the filming.
Always ready.
I really want to
Matt
go attend that one day, just haven't had a chance. Every time they do TV tapings, I'm either out of town for work or
And his
just
opponent,
something's going on.
from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Big Stevie Cool.
Oh, a cage match.
Into the corner.
Oh man, I'm glad I did that because I could not remember how to do corner attacks for a moment there. I hit the wrong button. Let's roll with it.
And that was
Here's my momentum. Get that back up. There we go. Taunt. Taunt is the easiest way to get your momentum bar up. Big slam. Ah, fudge. Missed. Let's try that again.
This is what he does, Ian.
I just got it too high to be able to do my strong attacks, and I messed up.
Found his mark.
He is tearing me up.
Down he goes.
Come on. What is this? It was absurd.
Wow, Colt, look at the pythons on Cardona.
Man, I might lose this match.
Wants to make quick work of
Oh no. Drop him on his face. I'm gonna try to pin him because he's very weak right now. No.
He's looking to make quick work of him.
Alright, so I am. Oh no, that makes no sense. I said low momentum, but I had high. It went away though. Let's do some basic attacks.
This is what he does, Ian.
Alright, there we go. Alright, cool. That was tough. I thought he had me there for a moment.
Now go for the next match.
What arena is this? Okay, cool. We're just BWOing it up tonight. The Blue Meanie. Oh, Zack Sabre Jr. Tommy Dreamer. The Hard Foundation.
The following Fatal 4-Way match is scheduled for one fall and has no time limit. And falls count anywhere
Oh, boy.
in the arena. Introducing first, the host
So this one will
of
be
the
tougher
Major
because
Wrestling Figure Podcast,
if
always
I'm
ready,
reading the rules
Matt
correctly from what he just stated. The first pin wins, so that makes it very difficult. Unlike the
From
triple threat match
Philadelphia,
where
Pennsylvania,
can
the
one dude
Blue
move on to the next.
Meanie.
First pin and you're done.
From London, England, Zack Sabre Jr. From Yonkers, New York, the innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer.
Okay, let's do this.
That is a powerhouse.
Ah, Blue Meanie got me.
He's going for it. You just saw a tooth go flying.
Okay, figured out how to get out of the ring at least.
He's going for it.
So the goal is to try to get separated. Ah, no, he got me. He's able to reverse. There we go. I love it.
Those Cardona punches are stiffer than an action figure.
So if I can separate, in this case it's Dreamer, who I have on the outside. I didn't hear if they said falls count anywhere, but at least I can weaken him from a distance.
Down he goes.
Ah, shit.
Going for it. Cardona's punches are stiffer than an action figure.
No! And just like that, I lost. I was holding the chair and it wouldn't let me get back in the ring. That's balls. Alright, round two. Zack Sabre Jr. got me. So let's not do the outside of the ring strategy. I'm going to try to build up my meter, though, since no one's near me. Oh, here's Dreamer. So I was able to build it up to get to medium already.
Down he goes.
Shit, he reversed.
And determination.
So I wish I had a meter for running attacks. It doesn't exist though for some strange reason. Because one would think if you're not very weak, a running attack shouldn't be a thing that early in a match.
He's one of the best. That's textbook, Ian.
Man, I cannot get the upper hand.
Was textbook.
So I'm gonna build my momentum back up. Alright, that's good. I'm gonna try to pin him, see what happens. No.
He's looking to make quick work of him. One heart. Determination.
So I have to try to pin when the other two are distracted.
Make a statement.
Like right now. Oh, it worked! Oh man, that was perfect timing.
I'm Joe Galley, joined with the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion Nick Aldis, who has some choice words for his next challenger.
So, you want a challenge for the 10 pounds of gold? Well, guess what? When this is all said and done, you will know why I'm the national treasure and the real world's champion.
Nice. It's definitely an old school promo. And here we go.
The following singles match is scheduled for the best 2 out of 3 falls and has no time limit. Introducing first, the host of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, always ready, Matt Cardona. And his opponent, the National Treasure, Nick Aldis.
So traditional rules. Oh, and it's the cage.
Best in the world here tonight.
So the goal when you get at these higher level matches is don't do anything crazy until you build your momentum far up. I think you can get a little creative, have a little fun. See, just like that, I'm almost already at a high if I can get in this move here. And I did. The taunt again. It's almost maxed out now. Oh, stomp. Oh, I'm just gonna go for it. We'll see. Ah, no.
Down he goes.
I was hoping it was gonna be that easy, but apparently not.
The ring just moved.
No one was up with that. Too early. I think he's about to get an upper hand. Oh, nope, I was able to recover. Alright, do the stomp again. Let's try to pin.
All this looks like a
Yeah, he's starting to make a comeback now. I knew it was gonna be too easy.
That's textbook, Ian. This ain't ballet.
Drop him on his head. Nothing wrong with that. He's almost dead. I'm gonna try to max out again. Okay, we're good. Pow driver. There we go. I might be too far away. Nope, I'm not. All right, let's pin him, baby. Come on. 1, 2. All right, world champ. Oh, wait a minute. I should have listened to the rules, apparently. So I guess this is 2 out of 3 falls, which is pretty cool because the original NWA World Title rules, that's exactly what they were back then.
Look at the pythons on Cardona.
But luckily they let me keep
This is what he
the momentum bar from the first matchup, so I don't have to start over from scratch on that.
He's one of the best.
Might as well try, you never know. He is too far away. Wow, that was a lot of room he just made.
Into the ropes he
Shit.
goes. All this looks like a Greek
Get up, get up. Alright. Stomp. Drop him on his head. Stomp. Let's try to pin. Probably not going to get him.
Is he dead? This is a brawl.
Alright, let's try again. They're really making me work for this last one. Drop kick. I'm gonna try to get to the top. Oh, got him. Spin. Come on, baby. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, baby. Okay, now the world champion.
After many tough matches, we have a new NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, Matt Cardona.
Nice. Austin Idol.
The following singles match is scheduled for one fall and
I love the
has
look of this
no
arena.
time limit.
They
Introducing
clearly going
first,
for
the host
a very
of the
classic venue
Major
up in New York
Wrestling
City.
Figure Podcast, always ready, Matt Cardona.
Austin Idol, he's old school.
And his
If you haven't heard of him, I'd
from
recommend
Las
looking
Vegas,
up some
Nevada,
of his promos.
the Universal
Very good
Heartthrob,
on the mic.
Austin Idol.
This is what he does, Ian.
So my understanding is how the game operates is once you become the world's champion, they do turn up the volume a little bit on the difficulty rating. And I'm feeling it immediately. I haven't won a single lockup yet. Oh, come on, take that back.
Stiffer than an action figure.
Trying to get a taunt in. All right, got one in, so that put me up to medium.
To this crowd.
Stomp. All right, medium attacks now. That one. Nice suplex.
Found his mark.
I have enough to do the. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Ah, too soon. Yeah, he's got me now. Okay, try again. So it was a strong attack. Was able to attack from the top rope. Oh, me too. Almost a 3 count. Now he's gonna go to the top, but he missed 2. Face plant.
Everything in the ring.
I'm just gonna try to pin him. He is very weak right now. His momentum's very low. He can't attack me with anything too strong. DDT, baby.
Trouble, Colt.
Stomp and pin. Boom, there we go. First title defense in the books.
Now go for the next match.
Nikita.
The following singles match is scheduled for one fall and has no time limit. And falls count anywhere in the arena. Introducing first, the host of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, always ready, Matt Cardona. And his opponent, from the USSR, the Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff.
This is what he does, Ian.
Starting off aggressive, as to be expected. Once again, just got to work up the momentum bar. If you do different moves too, each time it helps build up the bar a smidge faster too. Face plant from the medium, stomp,
Advantage now.
and a different button.
What a competitor. He did not
Suplex,
think
I'm gonna
twice.
walk away, try to taunt. Get the taunt. Oh, reversal, no good. Was able to grab the rope at least.
His spine crushed. This.
Stomp, and we're gonna go ahead and go for it. He is weak already. Oh no! So close.
A competitor.
have him. Backdrop.
Never be the same after
Get
that.
up there, doofus. Alright, try to pin again. There we go. 3 count.
Now go for the next match.
Let's see who they give us next. I have a feeling it's Zack Sabre Jr. from the arena layout. Oh no. Johnny Retro. I love him as a person, love him and a lot of his other roles, but the whole Johnny Drip Drip thing, it's not for me. So we got Animal, we got Johnny Retro.
The following triple threat elimination match is scheduled for 1 fall and has no time limit. Introducing first, the host of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, always ready, Matt Cardona. From Los Angeles, California, Johnny Retro. From Chicago, Illinois, Road Warrior Animal.
Slip and fight, go ahead and taunt.
Into the ropes he goes.
He's about to come after me. Oh, no.
Johnny
I'm just
Retro.
gonna keep taunting. Why not? Now maxed out, and he came over.
Ian, this ain't ballet. Here's the advantage now. We have the best in the world here tonight. To the outside, into the corner.
I don't know if you can bring weapons in the ring, because I tried that earlier, and that's how I got counted out during the Fatal 4-Way. Oh, crap. I'm getting counted out now. Drop it.
Need to get back in the ring.
Never mind, never mind. I was thinking that was going to be allowed.
Determination.
That would have sucked to lose that way.
Spine crushed. Down he
I
goes.
mean, they're doing their own thing, so I'm just going to stand back. Makes my job easier here.
To the ropes he goes. Listen to this crowd. Wants to make
Gonna jump in. DDT.
trouble, Colt. Pound, he is one.
No, too early. Might be able to reverse. Oh, yeah, we're good.
He's dead.
Go ahead and try to pin him. No, he's not weak enough. I was looking at the wrong health bar. Johnny Retro's almost done, so I can probably pin him.
He's helpless in there. Never be the same after this. Pound, he's one of the best.
Right.
What guts? What fire?
I'm gonna go ahead and try to take out Johnny Drip Drip here.
What guts? What fire?
Okay, maybe not. What the? This game is very glitchy. I'm gonna let him take him out. Alright. It's you and me, Animal.
No one could survive that.
Stomp and go for the pin. There we go. Oh, there we go. Talk about minimum effort. I will take it though.
Now go for the next match.
Looks like Colt Cabana. Oh yeah, that's Colt.
The following singles match is scheduled for 1 fall and has no time limit. And falls count anywhere
Nice.
in the arena. Introducing first, the host of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, always ready, Matt Cardona. And his opponent, from Chicago, Illinois, Colt Boom Boom Cabana.
What? It said false count anywhere, but they put the cage on. That's a glitch. Poof jumped at the same time. See if I can recover here. Get some damage. Nope. He is all over my ass. I can't get away fast enough to build up my momentum bar. I'm going to try again. Try it again. Okay, now I can do medium attacks. Start doing some real damage. Suplex, stomp, step away. There we go. DDT, stomp. Oh no. Man, he's really nailing me with the reversals right now. Drop kick, unfortunately, didn't work. DDT again. Stomp. Let's try to pin. Go! What are you doing? Ah, I messed up. I really gotta clean the D-pad on this. I think I could have had the win then. I'm just gonna go for it. We'll see what happens. There we go.
Now go for the next match.
Is that a tag team match or a fatal four-way?
The following fatal four-way
Oh,
match
fatal four-way.
is scheduled for one fall and has no time limit. And falls count anywhere in the arena. Introducing first,
I love the limited
the
run
host
merch
of
in the background.
Major Wrestling Figure Podcast,
I'll have to look
always
that one up.
ready, Matt
Game Chasers.
Cardona. From Honolulu, Hawaii,
Of course, John
Mr.
Riggs as well.
Athletic, Jeff Cobb. From Chicago, Illinois, Road Warrior Hawk. From the USSR, the Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff. Into the ropes he goes.
Once again, these are the worst matches to be in because first pin and that's it. Ah, shit.
Wants to make quick work of him.
Collision detection's always interesting in these two.
Not think twice about that. He found his mark.
Just trying to build up my momentum bar as quickly as possible. Superplex. Or suplex, that's superplex.
Leaving everything in the ring. He's looking to make quick work of him. Into the corner. It's so dangerous.
DDT. Stomp. He's not weak enough to be pinned.
Beat down.
I'm gonna try, but I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah. That's what I figured.
I can't watch.
I'm gonna have to get to the point where there are two weak people. Hawk and Jeff Cobb is weak. So I need to start keeping a very close eye on Jeff Cobb. Get it. Ooh, barely broke it up. Come on. There we go. No, you don't.
Punches are stiffer than an action figure.
I'm just gonna try to pin him. He gets distracted. Oh no! I thought he was gonna run into the corner, but it did not work. Man, every time I think I have him lined up. I wish you could attack the ref in this. No! Come on! I stepped on his head. Ah, that was a jib. Let's try that again. Let's skip the intros. Let's get right into it.
Cardona's punches are stiffer than an action figure.
See if anyone wants to join me.
The outside.
Haha, nice. He kicked me, and it still landed, and it, I don't know what happened there. That was weird. thought he had me. Suplex. Alright, let's get back in the ring. They're having a little bit too much fun in there.
Exactly the kind of match the Russian Nightmare thrives in. There's Hawk showing off those veteran skills.
So I have enough for a high attack now. I'm gonna try to pin them. They're distracted. I might get lucky. Oh, it did! Holy shit. It worked.
Wrestling fans, this is Joe Galley. Sweet Charlotte is no longer around the waist of my guest at this time. Nick Aldis, you're demanding an opportunity to win back the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship.
So you caught lightning in a bottle. Had the biggest night of your life. But now, the fun and games are over. And you go back to being just another
He's
ham
such a good
sandwich.
wrestler in real
And I
life.
take back what's mine. The World's Heavyweight Wrestling Championship.
70th anniversary arena. 70th anniversary of NWA, that is. They're about to have a big show coming up. Empower as a part of it. It's an all women's wrestling pay-per-view.
The following
Really
singles
interested in
match is
that.
scheduled for the best
I hope it
2
does
out
well.
of 3 falls.
They do have
and
some really good
has
wrestlers that'll be a
no
part of it.
Time limit. Introducing first, the host
Yeah,
of
let's skip it.
Into the ropes he goes. Down he goes.
See, why should that be the very first attack? I feel like you should have to build up to that.
Maradona punches are stiffer than an action figure. Into the ropes he goes. Guts. What
I hit the wrong button. I was trying to queue up the next attack. I messed up. Keeps trying to throw me in the ropes, too. Step away, try to taunt. Okay, we got it. I can do medium taunts. Suplex, stomp,
make quick work of him.
face plant, I hope. And
Down
stomp
he goes. Into the ropes he goes.
again with this. DDT, baby.
Trouble, Colt.
Let's try it. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to try to pit him. Let's see what happens. Fuck.
We have the best in the world here tonight. Into the ropes he goes.
Killing me with that. Hip toss takeover. DDT. Top rope again. Stomp.
Can anyone stop this guy?
Alright, he should be weak enough to pin now. Let's see. Yeah, baby. It's another 2 out of 3 falls.
Into the ropes he goes.
Why?
Into the ropes he goes. Into the ropes he goes.
Come on, dude. Okay.
That's inhumane. This man is a powerhouse.
Wrong button. Let's wait for him to get up. I didn't mean to do that.
Quick work of him.
Oh, he's got me. It's a Fubard.
That's textbook, Ian. His spine
Backdrop.
is crushed.
Alright, nice. Stomp. I'm gonna see if I can do the DDT. Top rope slam. Stomp. Oh, he got up. That did take away most of his health bar, so I can't complain. Oh, doofus. Stomp.
What guts?
Toss. I'm just gonna try to pin him. He is very weak right now. No momentum. Boom. Congratulations! A winner is you! Love seeing that. NES Pro Wrestling shout out there. I wish I had Starman in this. Speaking of that. Let's see what the closing credits look like. one of the games that I put in early for. I can't remember if it was on Kickstarter. I feel like it was Kickstarter, but once that went live, I put money towards it immediately. Obviously, it ties back to the WWF wrestling games at the time that were in the arcades, WrestleFest, for example. Yeah, just really look forward. Chris Bay, Bullet Club. Yeah, I was really looking forward to it. Followed along with the development. Turned out to be a fantastic game, though. Really love it. Just let this run for a little bit more to show the folks that worked on it. Anyways, that's Retromania Wrestling. That's just one of the modes. I do have a Royal Rumble Battle Royal type of wrestling type as well, or match type, excuse me. There is a simple versus mode where you can have multiple players, or you can just go up against bots, kind of like what we were doing today in the story mode here. There's a full-on story mode when you choose the characters. They will sprinkle in some conversations, like behind the scenes, backstage type conversations. So that's a lot of fun too. I'd recommend that. Zack Sabre Jr.'s was really fun. And then, as I mentioned, DLC. I need to check and see if that's out yet. Chris Bay, that will be a fun addition to this roster. But yeah, very fun. Oh, nice. I'm glad they did that. And that is Retromania Wrestling. And with that, I think I'll wrap up the stream. Thank you for joining me, and have a great rest of your day. You might see me again later. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Peace.